Okay, we'll look at Wigan at home to Chelsea. It's the 5:30 kick-off on Saturday afternoon in the Premier League. We'll start by talking about Wigan. Now, they've won their last 2 away games, which is obviously a big boost for them in their battle for survival. But they have struggled at home, obviously. I think teams really do enjoy going to the DW Stadium. I think looking at it, only Bolton has conceded more at home. So Wigan, what do you think? This is kind of a game they go into. Can they get anything?
I think, well, no. It's in short answer. I mean, we can stop it there if you want to. But the thing is, they have shown excellent spirits. I mean, everyone wrote them off. I think 8 games lost in a row. Everyone wrote them off, but they've come back so well and got 2 big wins going into what should be a pretty damn big period for them.
I was going to say, yeah, with the Christmas period. I mean, a lot of teams are sort of looking at maybe trying to get out of the bottom 3 by the turn of the year, sort of, to push on in the new year. They've obviously got Chelsea at home this weekend, Liverpool at home, Manchester United away, Stoke away. So realistically, there's not many wins there, is there?
No, there is not. So that just makes those wins beforehand against Sunderland, the West Brom, makes them so big. Because they're now in touch with the teams above them, which they weren't before. So that is huge for them. But I mean, they'll go into the game against Chelsea thinking, okay, we might not win, but they just need to avoid a huge loss, which could well happen after Chelsea's win the other day. And
talking about Chelsea, it's talking that Chelsea evolved the last couple of weeks. I mean, Drogba has led the line very well. Excellent win against Manchester City, where the Stamford Bridge crowd was firmly behind them, and they just seem to click more than they have done under Villas-Boas so far. Yeah. Do you think they're back in the title race, or is that slightly too soon to say?
I think it's 7 points, isn't it? Chelsea behind now. That's still a big margin. I mean,
I suppose it's more the fact that they would have been possibly out of it, that they lost.
Yes, that's true. It was a real big pressure game, and also, but if you look at the win against City and the win against Valencia, those were 2 big pressure games which they need to win. They've come good, so you've got to give them credit for that. And like I said, Drogba looks very on top form. He's throwing himself around, and I really like Oriol Romeo in midfield. He's looking really sharp.
He's pretty fresh from them, hasn't he?
Yes, looks very good.
And I just mentioned Lampard very quickly. He's obviously said he's disappointed with not starting. Do you think he'll start this weekend, or do you think it's just that he's giving him a rest? Or
no, I don't think. I think it's the last couple, 2 or 3 games he hasn't started, and that's more than a coincidence. So I just think there's a man playing for any position at the moment. I mean, you've got the midfield of Ramirez, Moriles, and Romeo. Sorry, and they're performing
so they had to freshen things up a little bit, because it wasn't obviously they had bad runs of form, and then Lampard came on, being the experienced pro he is, and got the winner against City. So I mean,
and you've got to give him credit for that.
It's a squad game, isn't it?
Coming on late, yeah, exactly. But those 2 I just mentioned, that's a very vibrant, that's a very different Chelsea midfield from the Essiens and the Obi Mikel's and whatnot. So it's very different. They're really vibrant. They offer something different, which the other guys can't.
I think with Chelsea, I mean, they often have the sort of the Terry, Lampard, and Drogba start every game every week. Yeah. Maybe they just can't do that anymore. I mean, people like Giggs always just sits out. Scholes had games where he was on the bench. It wasn't a big deal, mate. It's just because Lampard usually plays every single minute.
Yeah, maybe he just needs to change his approach. I mean, he's getting on a little bit, so he's not going to expect to start every game. He needs to sort of maybe realise that he's not going to start every single game from now on.
Okay, so we'll go for prediction. Wigan at home to Chelsea. I think this is going to be an away win. I think we can probably both go for that one. I think it's going to be 3-1 to Chelsea.
Oh, I think it's going to be slightly more now. I'll go 4-0 to Chelsea.